Alright, I think it's time for the truth. Now this isn't some exposing video, at least not yet, but basically I'm going to be talking about some of the more personal aspects of myself so that there's some sort of foundation for them before moving on with the rest of the content I hope to create. I think transparency is important, and even though I have briefly talked about similar things in my previous in front of the camera video, I feel like it's worth it to formally address some of these issues before moving on. Also because this is more of me, more the real me, and I think that's worth putting out there. First and foremost, I would like to say that this is all coming from my own personalized perspective. I speak for no one but myself, and I want to make that very clear. And I'm saying this fully aware of the fact that I'm a human that is very far from perfect. No, instead this is simply real life. And I want to feel like I can share that in a more authentic way. With that being said, I am a person that struggles with depression and anxiety. But I decided a few years ago that I was going to actually work towards doing something about it. Now, I'm not saying at all that depression and anxiety can just go away at the snap of a finger. No, I definitely don't think that. But I do say that to mean a few things, which I'll address. For one, I firmly believe that you can't manage or learn to control your anxiety and depression without taking action and without effort. In addition to that, I also realize that the only person who can fix my problems is me. Of course, I have to make sure that I mention the support is extremely helpful, and I'm not denying that. In fact, I'll be putting some links in the description for support that I've used and just other general resources. But from a personalized perspective, support is something that I will try my best to never take for granted. But I know deep down that my life will only start to change when I start to take action for myself. I have to actively make better choices and make decisions, sometimes tough decisions, that will make my life better. For instance, starting streaming and making content like this has helped me tremendously. Doing those things were part of the steps for me to make active change in my life. As I mentioned in my last video in front of the camera, they allow me to be more vulnerable and put myself out there in ways that I have tried to hide from for many years. This means that I can no longer hide from my problems and I'm forced to address them. And although this can be frightening sometimes, and I'm very open about that, I do feel like it has helped me a lot. Now, I will not go into detail about these for this video, but I plan to in the future. I'm also autistic and have self-diagnosed myself with ADHD and dyscalculia. And I would love to explain those in more detail in the future, but for right now, we're just going to focus on what I mentioned earlier with depression and anxiety. The reason I wanted to focus on the depression and anxiety specifically is because for reasons that I hope to go into more detail in the future, they have truly shaped who I am today. In some good ways and some not so good ways. I'm still healing and learning from my past trauma. There may be days where I behave in unexpected or unpredictable ways because of this. But I am not ashamed and I'm fully aware of the process before me. I just wanted to be more open about it before I move on to some of the other topics that I wanted to address. Either way, as I mentioned in my previous in front of the camera video, I never plan to, and I never will, present myself in a way that makes it seem as if I have everything all together. I don't, and I'm okay with that. I have things I deal with, and I'm always working on them. And unfortunately, there may be days where I cannot make content in the way that I had hoped to because of these issues. And I want to feel like I can be open and honest about those days when they occur. Of course, when I'm comfortable. And when I say that, I feel a bit of relief, because this is not about asking for pity or looking for attention. This is about honesty, and what I believe can come from being honest and open about your struggles. Yes, I could pretend that I'm just fine and that I don't have things going on in the background, but I believe that true healing comes from honesty and being authentic, as well as taking action and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. And for me, it is very uncomfortable streaming and making content when you don't feel all well put together behind the scenes. But that just tells me that I'm in the right place right now, for me. Anyway, this was a quick one. I just wanted to share these thoughts before I move on to some of the other content I wanted to address. And I hope that the next videos I put out will feel more honest now. And I'm grateful to be taking these steps to be more honest and authentic with the content that I hope to create and that I'm creating right now. And I appreciate you for watching this whole video. I look forward to creating the future content that I have planned, and I look forward to hearing from others who have similar experiences or even different experiences. To me, all perspectives are valid, and there's a lot to learn from them. So if you have any ideas or any thoughts, feel free to share them down in the comments. I would love to hear them. One of the things I really want to make clear on this channel and for the content that I create, especially when I'm in front of the camera like this, is that I value your perspective. So thank you for watching this video. I appreciate your support, and hopefully I can catch you next time.